Okay, yes, I know that the Carson Wentz trade, when you guys are going to be seeing this, it's going to be a day old, but understand, I posted my Russell Wilson reaction video today, so I did not, and I don't really want to post two videos, in the same day, because it usually just tanks the earlier video's performance, but yeah, I mean, better late than never, and Carson Wentz, he is now a Washington Commander. I mean, I'm not really going to waste your time anymore. Let's just go ahead and hop straight into this video. So, yeah, I'm kind of surprised and not surprised. There were heavy rumors that Indianapolis could move on from Carson Wentz. So, in that sense, I wasn't totally surprised that they did move on from him. But, at the same time, when the actual trade or, release, when the actual trade happened, you're always still kind of surprised. But, yeah, Carson Wentz is now a Washington Commander, and I'm not that surprised about the destination either because, Washington, they really did need an upgrade at quarterback, and they were definitely going to be one of the major players for Carson Wentz if he were to get traded. And as we know, he did get traded, and yeah, all I can say is, kind of like, wow, I am surprised. Again, I'm surprised, but I'm also like not super duper surprised. But breaking down the trade details, Indianapolis, they get the Washington's 2022 third round pick, their 2022 second round pick, and their 2023 third round pick, which can be a second if Carson Wentz were to play 70% of Washington's plays. And the Commanders, they get Carson Wentz and Indianapolis's 2022 second round pick. And this trade, it's really weird, I don't think it's like a complete lose-lose trade, but at the same time, I wouldn't call it like a complete win-win trade. It's like a mid trade, like an okay trade. I don't even know how to describe it, just giving my trade grades for each team. Starting off with the Commanders, I'm going to give them like a B minus to like a C plus, something like that. Now, the reason I don't really hate this trade as much as some other people, like a lot of people are saying it's like a D or an F, and I don't buy that because, Carson Wentz, I feel like he's overhated, and I do feel like that people, focus way too much on the bad moments. They really do, I mean, it doesn't matter what Carson Wentz does. They're just going to keep on focusing on the bad moments he has. But Carson Wentz, you got to keep in mind that overall, he had quite a solid season for the Indianapolis Colts. He had like 3,500 passing yards, 27 passing touchdowns, only 7 interceptions, and a 94.6 passer rating. And keep in mind, this guy, his only consistent wide receiving option was Michael Pittman Jr. So, I mean, Carson Wentz didn't even have that bad of a season, and it's not like this guy is one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL. This guy, he is a middle-of-the-pack quarterback, and yes, the guy he does have negative qualities. Like, I can't lie, he can be a little bit of, like, he can be kind of a head case and a little bit of a locker room cancer. And there's no denying that his decision-making can lead you to losing games, and there's no denying that his decision-making can be absolutely terrible at times, but at the same time, he does have a pretty decent arm, and I do feel like, when he isn't making terrible decisions, he is a very good quarterback, and he can win you games, and there's no denying he is quite a substantial upgrade from Taylor Heinicke. And Taylor Heinicke, the fact of the matter is that he is one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL. And Carson Wentz, yeah, he might not be like a top 5, top 10 quarterback, but he is like a middle of the pack, like average to above average quarterback. So, I mean, this trade for Washington, I think, is okay. Now, the reason why it's not like an A or anything like that is, A, Carson Wentz, he can be kind of inconsistent, and B, they did give up a third-round pick, and yeah, it's just a third-round pick, but, they did lose some draft capital, so that is kind of a negative. And also, I think the main thing is that, if Carson Wentz, I guess two other things I want to add is, one, if Carson Wentz turns out to not be the answer, but he plays like 70% of the plays, well, that third round pick, it becomes a second round pick, so yeah, that's not very good. And then also, Carson Wentz, he does have quite a massive contract. It's like, I believe it's $28 million, and that does take up a majority of the Commanders' cap space. So, I mean, that is also another negative. But that being said, Carson Wentz, he is an upgrade, and I don't think he's a bad quarterback at all. And, you got to keep in mind, this quarterback draft class, it's really not the strongest out there. So, I'm going to go ahead and give Washington like a B minus to C plus. I think it's an okay trade. Not terrible, but at the same time, not exactly amazing. Then there's the Indianapolis Colts, and to be honest, I'm going to go ahead and give them like a C or like a C minus, something like that. I mean, I'm even considering giving them a D, but you might be kind of surprised because you really might be surprised because a lot of people hate Carson Wentz, but I don't really hate Carson Wentz that much, and also I just feel like he's really overhated. And the reason why I'm giving Indianapolis a lower grade than Washington, and quite a low one, also is the fact that, yes, that I can kind of understand why they did trade Carson Wentz, because, he did have some very bad moments, and I mean, there were reports coming out after the trade saying that, they felt like he lacked leadership qualities, or, just resisted hard coaching and could be like a little bit of a locker room cancer. I can understand that, I really can, and I feel like I can understand if you felt like he was a little bit more of a game manager, but at the same time, now that you traded Carson Wentz, who the hell is your quarterback? Like, who the hell are you gonna get, Like, this draft class, I mean, they don't even have a first-round pick. Like, this draft class, again, it really is not the strongest out there. So, like, who knows if, like, a rookie quarterback you select in the second round is gonna be much better than what Carson Wentz would be, in 2022. So, I mean, there's that. And, like, also, if you want to pursue, like, a veteran, or who are you gonna get? Jameis Winston? Like, Jameis Winston, I actually think would be a pretty good option, but who knows if Jameis Winston does go to the Indianapolis Colts? I mean, after that, you got guys like Teddy Bridgewater, like Tyrod Taylor, Marcus Mariota, Mitchell Trubisky. Jimmy Garoppolo could be an option, but Jimmy Garoppolo is just like a worse version of Carson Wentz. I mean, the quarterback free agent market, it really is not that good. So, I mean, if you're the Colts, if you really want to get like a true superstar quarterback, I mean, who knows if it's gonna be this year? I really don't think they can get like a true like superstar quarterback this year. So, I mean, if you're the Indianapolis, you might just have to wait another year with like a game manager quarterback, like a Jimmy Garoppolo, and then, in the 2023 draft where the quarterbacks will be much better, maybe you get a guy, maybe you do end up selecting a player. But yeah, man, I mean, this trade for the Indianapolis Colts, in my opinion, I mean, it's really not amazing. I'm just gonna go ahead and give them a C minus for this trade. I mean, yeah, I can't lie, this trade, it really is kind of confusing. It's like okay and okay. I think you guys get the point. I'm gonna give the Commanders like a B minus to like a C plus, and then I'm gonna give Indianapolis like a C or like a C minus. But pretty much all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, go ahead and check out the links, and that's pretty much all I got. I'm out, you guys.